Hello, I am Jildis Merzeva and welcome to my overview of a 5-week-long e-course called College Readiness Math. This course is designed to prepare seniors and juniors who need to take SAT testing for their college admission. So in the first week, students will focus on personalizing their learning. To do so, they need to first know what the SAT test is, rules and concepts that SAT tests for. After that, students need to take a diagnostic test to check their strengths and weaknesses and their current level. Diagnostic test includes 15 multiple choice and 5 short response questions, which they need to take in 30 minutes. A second assessment, self reflection evaluation, is for students to reflect on how they did the diagnostic test, what they struggled with, and what they need help with. After an instructor reads a student's reflection and compares that to the results of their diagnostic test, an instructor gives a suggested roadmap of skills they need to study and practice. However, if a student still wants to practice skills that they already know and learn from other math classes, they can do so. So let me demonstrate how the diagnostic test and self-evaluation reflection looks like. So they can learn more from this by clicking this button about SAT test. So the rules, quick facts, what math test measures and what kind of calculators they can use, the type of questions they will get and how they need to grid in their responses. So this is the SAT diagnostic test main page. So as I said earlier, there are 15 multiple choice and 5 short answer questions. So they can start by clicking this button whenever they feel ready. So the first question is a multiple choice. They can click any of these choices after solving out. So I'll just click choice A and I got it right. So to move on to the next question, I just need to click on. But that will bring to the question number 1 that the student was working on. To proceed to the next, they need to click the arrow button. And if they get it wrong, they will get this sign. So I'll just quickly shuffle through the questions to give you an idea how the diagnostic test looks like. And the last 5 questions will be written where they can just write their answers in this box. So during second week, students will work on their suggested skills from Algebra 1. As an example, I will demonstrate how linear equation section looks like. So each section will have 4 main activities such as lesson presentation, practice, timed SAT test, and the discussion board, which will present question of the day for that particular skill. In a lesson presentation, there will be 2 to 3 tutorial videos that will demonstrate how to solve different questions. The questions will be similar to the practice worksheet that students will get.
To do in this video is solve equations of the following 4 kinds. An equation with 1 addition, 1 subtraction, 1 multiplication, and 1 division. And I just describe what happened to x. What happened to x? Now at this stage I say what happened to this x.
So I'll just scroll through the
video, we want to talk about solving the following three types of equations. Something like 2x add 3 is 13, 4x subtract 7 is 2, and 4 brackets x subtract 7 is equal to 2. Okay, so let's start by is equal to 21. And now what we're going to do is divide both sides by 3. So divide both sides by 3 as follows. Both sides by 7. So here's 0 on your number line. X is equal to 7. And we're going to divide by.
So each video tutorial will have 4 to 6 questions depending on the level of skill. So some skills are easier. So for those skills, the questions will be less. For harder skills, the questions will be more. So in solving multi-step linear equations,
we'll be solve equations like 3x.
Students will
do
have
today. The answer turned out to be x is 4. I'll show you the x is on the left hand side. Now 5x subtract.
So to go back to Algebra 1 section and continue doing other activities, students need to click the Algebra 1 icon. So next, let's click the practice button. So they will have a worksheet of 5 to 15 questions depending on the skill they're working on. So this particular skill has 16 questions on the practice worksheet. To do their timed SAT test, they need to go to the Khan Academy website. So when they click timed SAT test, they will be guided to that website. So if they scroll down, they will see all different levels of solving linear equations, given in word problems, given as a graph where they have to interpret the meaning of the lines. They will have basic and harder example demonstrations and practice of 5 questions in each. And lastly, question of the day. For this activity, students will be given a question to solve and explain their thinking and steps and share that with their classmates. To go back to the main page, they need to click this house button. So other sections such as Algebra 2, Geometry, and Trigonometry will have similar activities in each skill. So just to give you a model of feeling of how they look like, I'll just shuffle through the questions and activities quickly. Another Khan Academy, triangles, right triangle, word problems. And lastly, the trick section. So they all have their lesson presentation.
Your right triangle. And I'm going to show you how to do that. But first, the sides that you don't know. Is equal to the opposite side over the hypotenuse. Cosine of an angle is adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent of an angle is opposite over adjacent. What are these opposite adjacent? So now you just need to write square it turned out. I want to mention
Throughout the course, students take time to SAT practice, which can help them to see if they are getting closer to their target score analyze their weaknesses, and polish them as they move from week to week. Thank you for your attention.